General Hospital's Willow or Nell? Who's the worse mother? General Hospital, GH, spoilers indicate that the battle is heating up between Michael Corinthos, Chad Duell, and Willow Corinthos, Caitlin McMullen, when it comes to custody of their two kids, Wiley Corinthos, Vern Weaver, and Amelia Corinthos, Sequoia and Serenity McCoy. During the Monday, January 6 episode, Willow was served with custody papers claiming she was an unfit mother, and that Michael wanted his children full-time. He also noted he would allow Willow visits, but only supervised ones. Of course, Michael told Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, that day that the move he made by serving Willow papers in Washington, D.C. was a strategic one, and he really wanted shared custody. The full-time request of the kids was made to allow some room in case Willow and her lawyer, Martin Gray, Michael E. Knight, decided to negotiate things. While the custody papers might be thrown out the window after Wednesday's show, as Michael got caught up in the explosion that hit Sonny's penthouse at the close of Monday's episode, this is still a perfect opportunity to take a closer look at Willow's character. She's changed dramatically over the past few months, and much of this transformation can be pointed back to Drew Quartermain's, Cameron Matheson, influence and his manipulation of her. Back during the week of Christmas, Lucas Jones, Van Hansies, had a confrontation with Willow on her recent actions, and it was implied that he was comparing her to her wicked twin sister, Nell Benson, Chloe Lanier, who has long passed away. Since then, fans on social media have been going back and forth on this. Can anyone compare Willow's actions to Nell's? The two aren't anything alike, but let's take a closer look at their indiscretions in Port Charles. Well, Nell was a manipulator who crossed many lines. From being behind the demise of her ex-fiancé, Zachary Grant, to drugging Sonny and convincing him they slept together, assaulting Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, all the schemes against Michael's family, and pretending Wiley had passed away, only to give him to Brad Cooper, Parry Shen, plus so much more. Nell was a soap opera Viennese to her core. Still, at least people knew where they stood with Nell. Meanwhile, Willow's recent actions have truly hurt Michael and their family and have come out from left field, kissing his uncle, twice, and lying about it was awful. Still, it's mind-boggling that Willow and Drew felt it was acceptable to do the deed on the Quartermain nursery floor where they could have gotten caught by a child, or possibly an employee. Then the gaslighting on Michael when the security footage popped up, was pure narcissism on Willow's part. On top of it all, when the proverbial poop hit the fan, Willow gathered the kids up, right before Christmas, and headed to her mom's house, Nina Reeves, Cynthia Watrose. To add further insult to injury, Drew got to spend time with Michael's kids on Christmas Eve and Christmas. Why didn't Willow stay at the gatehouse with the kids until she and Michael could have a rational conversation? It made no sense. On top of all that, Willow's latest move, flying her and Wiley to DC to watch Drew get sworn in as governor, takes the cake. It's like rubbing salt in Michael's wound and throwing their affair in his face. She must have known that Michael would see things on television or in the papers, and it's like Willow has thrown any common sense out the window. General Hospital spoilers say Willow could end up regretting everything she's done to Michael over the next couple of days as he struggles with severe burns in the aftermath of his father's penthouse bursting into flames. She may feel even guiltier if Michael doesn't survive this incident. CDL is the place to be for the hottest General Hospital spoilers, predictions, news, and updates, so swing by often for all the best GH-related information. General Hospital, Alum, Scott Reeves is returning to the soap after 11 years. I'm coming home. The actor says appearing on the daytime drama after more than a decade was like coming home. Scott Reeves couldn't be more thrilled to revisit Port Charles. The actor, who returns to General Hospital for several episodes starting Thursday, October 24, will reprise the role of Steven Weber, whom he previously played from 2009 to 2013. Filming the episode proved to be a positively nostalgic experience, as Reeves told TV Insider on Wednesday, October 9. It was like coming home. I got to work the first day and it was early in the morning. It was just so weird driving up to Prospect Studios and going through the guard gate, he continued. Literally, from the moment I drove in, I was like, wasn't it just a week ago that I left and I was pulling out of there? It helps that Reeves received a warm welcome from one of his castmates, Rick Hurst, who plays Rick Lansing. Related. SNL's Sarah Sherman joins General Hospital as an etiquette coach in guest role. See the exclusive first look. I was walking through the parking lot and I hear, from a distance, Scotty Reeves. He added. And I turn around and there's Rick Hurst. I said, dude, this is like the old home week. Rick and I have remained very close over the years. Revisiting his character after more than a decade was like riding a bike, explained the actor, who offered an update on his character. Steven did his time. He's been out of prison for a few months now and has been living in Sedona, Arizona, trying to start over and figure out what life is supposed to look like at this point. He lost his medical license, obviously, when he went to prison, for killing a patient in a coma, who was a murderer, to save a child, but he felt justified in it. Working with Ali Mills, who replaces Robin Mattinson in playing his on-screen mother Heather Weber, was a hoot, while filming with Rebecca Herbst, who portrays his on-screen sister Elizabeth Weber, was like reuniting with family. It was great to work with Ali Mills. She is so hilarious and plays that role to the hilt, he says, adding, Becky and I are close outside of GH. She really was like my younger sister. Reeves spent much of his time off-screen hanging out with friend Steve Burton, who returned to General Hospital in March. The two first met in 1998 working on Days of Our Lives. We were just reminiscing and telling old stories, making new plans together, and talking about possible Port Chuck reunions, said Reeves, referring to their band, adding, we've known each other through living in different states, kids, grandkids and more. You can't take that for granted. Ultimately, stepping back on set reminded Reeves how much I loved it. This was like putting on a really comfortable pair of jeans, he explains. It was so comforting to get to work with everybody again and fall back into the lives of those characters. I would be totally open to coming back, because I think there's so much potential with Steven. Anytime they want me back, I'm there.